channel, where everything you're about to hear and see has been done in one take. I'm your host, the One Take Man. A little while ago, as of the day of this video's release, I have watched the first season of The Sandman. And after having watched it, I have some thoughts. Thoughts I wanted to share with you. In brief, I can only recommend that you go and watch it. If you find yourself comfortable confronting all of the things mentioned within the content warning, then you will find a rich and broad narrative, teeming with intrigue, exploration, and symbolism. For a broader introduction into my thoughts, well, that's what the rest of the video is about. For those of you who haven't seen the series or haven't read the first 20 issues of the comic it is based on, the basic premise is that Dream, one of 7 deities collectively known as the Endless, ruler of the land of dreams, has been captured by a human sorcerer and is incapable of leaving his encapturement until decades later. In that time, once he returns to his realm, he finds that within the time that he was missing, it has become devastated and desolate. So he embarks on a quest to re-establish his realm, or to restore his realm, and also re-establish himself as its ruler. On his quest, he is confronted by a variety of different foes. Among them most notably including other human sorcerers, his own rebellious creations, demons, and a quite troublesome younger sibling. That plot sounds like it has a lot of potential, I will say. There's a lot to delve into, and a lot of that can also lead to a variety of different storytelling opportunities. The question that results is, how well has this potential been actually been employed? How well does the story actually build upon its premise? I'll keep my talk about story beats pretty minimal, given that this is an adaptation, meaning that the showrunners had to work with a pre-existing narrative. So they didn't really have as much flexibility as they would have if they started from scratch. Given, however, that one of the showrunners is the initial comics author, the guy who did come up with everything from scratch, it is fair to say that there are good reasons to be optimistic. And those reasons do carry through in the execution of the concept as well. I haven't read the comic myself. I only looked up online what the changes between it and the show are, and for the most part, I'll say I agree with them. Sometimes the changes are made in order to adapt the story to a more in order to adapt the story to a new time, and sometimes these changes are made in order to simplify and streamline the narrative by, for example, cutting out all the references to other comics. One change that I completely understand why it was made, but still find myself disagreeing with, is the expanded role the Corinthian, one of Dream's creations, one of the rebellious ones, obviously, plays within the narrative. He is established far earlier within the series than he actually appeared within the comic, and he seems to have a large influence upon the characters within the first half of this season. And so that would grant him a sizable informational advantage over the main characters, and he is actually shown to have such an advantage over plenty of people, including his creator. But he doesn't really utilize that advantage to any sizable degree. At least not that I could tell. And for that reason, I have to say that he is the biggest missed opportunity of this adaptation. Another issue I have with the adaptation or with the narrative of the adaptation, is the pacing. It's very slow. I have talked somewhat positively about slow-paced narratives in the past, but that was because I could recognize that those narratives were building towards something. They were establishing something, within the setting, or they were building up to future reveals. With the Sandman, I did not get that. It really felt like it was slow because it was padded. Either the showrunners didn't realize that it would take more than one issue to actually fill out an episode, or in case it was, there were certain elements that were cut from the comic that weren't really replaced with anything, which I have to say I found somewhat disappointing, because I don't know, it kind of comes across as though this series could have been more than it was. But that's enough about talking about the narrative. Now I want to talk about about other things that make this show stand out and be distinctive. Chief among them being or maybe not chief among them, but the first among them being the visual design. All of the supernatural locations that are presented within the series are done quite well. They look very vivid, and they look fit for purpose, filled with a lot of meaning conveyed in simple touches. As in, you look at it and can immediately realize, oh, this is what these places are supposed to be, and this is what they say about the world, or about their inhabitants, which I have to say is very rewarding to look at and very rewarding to observe. I'm not sure if the designs are comic accurate, but even if they aren't, they still work within the series, so I'm quite fine with that. A lot of what makes all of these locations stand out doesn't come solely from the design, but also from their intrinsic design, but also from the decor, and also from other visual aesthetics, such as the outfits, the costumes, including accessories and makeup here. All of these once again look fit for purpose. They have been adapted to come across as contemporary to audiences in the 2020s, and it was done so in a very effective manner. And also all of these aspects of the show still convey a lot of character information in very simple and very engaging ways. The one thing, however, that absolutely helps this series stand out is the level of quality among the acting performances here. If a character is given a name, I can pretty much guarantee that at the very least their performance will be mediocre. And the average level of the performances here is quite a bit above, at the very least. Tom Sturridge does a great job as the melancholic leading man of few words. Patton Oswalt delivers a very charismatic and very humorous Matthew. Boyd Holbrook does a great job at conveying the menace that the Corinthian is supposed to embody. However, the standout performance of this season is Gwendolyn Christie as Lucifer Morningstar. Her performance is more that of a seductive, deliberate, more mindfuckery inclined devil, and she is capable of bringing all of the charisma and danger that this kind of performance and realization of the devil would really necessitate. And even though that character isn't on screen for long, the impression they leave is astounding. Overall, while I have my gripes with the narrative, every other part of this series does an outstanding job at conveying its information and its messaging, and it does so in a very intriguing and mesmerizing fashion. My final rating for the Sandman's first season is a 4 out of 5. And that was my review. Thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed it, then please leave a like, maybe even share this video wherever you think other people will like it as well. If you have anything you'd like to add to the review, to the series, or to the comics it was based on, that's what the comment section is for. And if you want to see when my next video gets released, well then please subscribe. And ideally also ring the bell or do whatever else YouTube will ask of you in order to keep you notified. I also have a main channel where I talk about more book-related and literature topics, the link to which you will find in the description down below, right past my social media links, which I would suggest you check out should you choose to. In case you do, you might also find my Patreon link down there, just in case you want to support me more directly and maybe even receive perks such as early access to videos and scripts. Until next time, I have been the One Take Man.